All right, guys, last update for the year. I know that joke's getting old probably. Anyway, I'm not going to spend much time here. Um, just wanted to go over kind of where we should be in the course as we head into our holiday break. So, last time I talked to you, we were hoping that students were finishing this module 6. Now, at this point in time, hopefully, module 7 is done. That would leave these two modules. Hopefully, one to complete over break, and then one when we get back in that first couple weeks of January. So, if we're staying on that pace, that would be great. I know over the holidays it's pretty chaotic with seeing family and doing things, so I don't anticipate a huge amount of work being done. However, if maybe one module, two modules, that would certainly be a good thing, especially for those who maybe are a little bit behind. Earlier in the week, I did go into the grade book and I marked any assignments or assessments as missing if they weren't completed. When I do that in Schoology, when we sync the grades to PowerSchool, they automatically become a 0. And just like in the first marking period, as soon as students make up that work, I grade them based upon how they do, and we go from there. There's no points off for lateness or anything of that variety. So you will see that. You might have seen some grades go down a little bit. When we get back from break on the 2nd of January, I'll be going in and doing the same thing with Module 6. The following week, I'll do Module 7. And then the week after that is our last week of the marking period. That'll take us to our deadline of January 15th to complete all this work. I believe the last time I spoke to you, we talked about sharing the road, which was dealing with pedestrians, dealing with large vehicles, things like that. Module 8 talks a little bit about some situations that you might encounter while driving. So, driving in poor weather conditions, those students who have a permit, they're supposed to accumulate so many hours of driving in poor weather, right? If they have their permit now, hopefully we have some winter weather they can try to drive in. I highly recommend going to a large open area. Parking lots are great, not necessarily to do donuts, but just so young drivers can kind of experience how a vehicle handles in poor weather conditions. So if we get snow, take them out. Maybe drive to a certain place where it's a little bit safer than a regular roadway, but I think it's something they should experience. Driving at night is another one that, as a permit holder, you're supposed to accumulate so many hours doing that. Talk a little bit about driving on the expressway. So, one of the more nerve wracking situations, and it's actually this assignment right here, is learning how to merge. And as a person who's now been driving for, 25 years, I certainly see a lot of people that still kind of struggle with that. So there's a whole bunch of information about how to drive on the expressway. This assignment here specifically, they're going to actually describe how they would merge and then what are some issues on the on ramps that we might encounter. Rural driving in an area that's more of a country setting. And then we have an urban driving situation, which in our immediate area here, we're not too familiar really with the urban driving. There's some things that go on in those situations. At the end, as always, there is a assessment for students to complete. I'm not going to get into Module 9 yet. I'll do that when we get back. But that talks about some basic driver conditions that can impact driving. There is this extra credit opportunity. It is not required. Students don't have to do it. There are two different things in here. One is how to jump a vehicle. Students don't have to actually do this, especially if it's a battery that's working. But they're going to describe exactly how they would jump a vehicle. And then this one is to create a meme that talks about or promotes a safe driving habit. And this one's pretty interesting for those that are a little bit more creative. I've had some really good examples of these public service announcements. So that's it. I wish you all a great holiday season. I'll be back in January with some more information, and we'll go from there. I hope you all have a great break here, if you have a break. If not, enjoy time with your family. Take care.